What up, though, TED Talk? How y'all feeling today? I'm Tiffany T.Barb Barber, and I'm here to tell you, you don't have to stay where you start, okay? I consider myself a retired hood rat. Anybody ever heard of that? Anybody in the building with me? I see some of y'all. Okay, I am retired, but don't forget that relapse is a part of recovery. And people always think when I say hood rat that it's always a negative connotation or that I was promiscuous. That's not what that means. My parents met fresh out of prison. Trust me, that's for real. So y'all was learning ABCs. I was learning how to stick and jab. But despite that, I still was able to grow and become who I am today. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about not staying where you start and not allowing wherever you come from, whatever background you come from, to dictate who you can be and who you want to be, okay? You're allowed to grow. Why? Because T.Barb said so, okay? You are allowed to grow. Don't ever let people make you feel like because you started here, you have to stay here. I don't care if I changed my mind 4 minutes ago. Who I am right now, that's what matters. And you can't allow people to keep you in those type of bags. So for instance, I grew up in Detroit, on Joy Road, humble beginnings. I grew up drinking, smoking cigarettes. I was fighting, all those type of things. And I was still able to go to college, get me a bachelor's degree from an elite HBCU and an MBA because I allowed myself to grow. And one thing that you'll know about growing, the day you plant the seed is not the day that you eat the fruit. So growth is ongoing. Don't ever feel like, oh, they think I'm fake. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, that's what we use these days. It's not that. It's called growth. And remember, T.Barb said so, okay? Now, when you're growing, okay, what I've learned is that it feels like you're always in the middle. I know it's some people that can relate with me on that, meaning that you come out of this space, so the people that you were around before, they may not accept you. And sometimes you feel like the people that are in the place where you're trying to go, they don't quite get you. So it's almost like monkey in the middle. You almost feel left out, okay? Feeling out of place in every space. But I'm here to tell you, the middle is the best part of the oatmeal pie. Anybody know about that? It's just me. I'm greedy, sorry. I'm going to be using some food because I'm hungry right now. But that's the best part. And the reason I say that's the best part is because sometimes you need that character, okay? You need that space of feeling uncomfortable. You need that. That's how you grow. If you notice in life, anytime that you grow, it usually starts off uncomfortable. You grow into that comfort. And I want to champion somebody out there that's like me, that I'm living a life that I never knew anything about. Okay, I learned this. I developed this on my own, and I was always in the middle, but I still allowed myself to grow, okay? It should be understood that you will be misunderstood, okay? I'm going to say that one more time. It should be understood that you will be misunderstood because anytime that you are doing something great, something new, something innovative, it's never been done before. So apply that to yourself. The version of who you are or who you are becoming, you've never been that person, right? So you're learning that. So sometimes you may misunderstand yourself. I know I'll be waking up like, am I crazy today? I don't know. But that's just a part of me understanding that I'm still growing and giving myself grace, okay? That's something that we often don't do. As you're growing, like I went from hood rat, right, to comedian. I had to give myself grace, meaning that the mistakes that I made, I couldn't hold them against me. Sometimes we walk around and we're more mad at ourselves or holding things against ourselves that we need to let go. Okay? Give yourself some grace. The same grace that you give other people when you say, that's okay, that's just a mistake. Say that to yourself, okay? And even if it's hard, practice it. Practice makes perfect, okay? It is okay to be kind to yourself on this journey of life, okay? Because everybody else gonna be mean, ain't they? I'm like, all right. And then here's a popular saying you hear all the time, YOLO. For my white friends, that means you only live once. It's okay, Drake. And, and what I mean about that is don't regret anything. There are a lot of mistakes. There are things that are going to happen in life. Take those things as lessons. Okay, you're only living once. Go out there and try what it is that you want. When I was growing up in the hood on Joy Road, none of my friends had ever went to college. I had a multitude of friends that actually even went to prison when I was in middle school. Okay? I was the only one that went to school every day. Smoking and drinking, it was just something in me that said I wanted to do this. Even though that was outside of my norm, okay? I said, I'm going to do what I want to do for me. And I changed my environment. I went to college by myself, y'all. I caught a Greyhound bus by myself from Detroit to Memphis. And then I got a ride from Memphis to New Orleans. I had never been to New Orleans before. It was my first time in college. I was the only person there by myself, the only person there by myself, okay? And I made it. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't regret it. It was a lot of mistakes that I made, but guess what? I gave myself the grace and I said, you know what? It doesn't matter where I came from. I don't have to stay where I start, right? I want everyone here to know that your existence will make a way for you if you believe, okay? What I mean by that is not somebody else believing. I'm talking about you. And that comes with intentional practice, okay? So coming from where I come from, I never believed that I could be a comedian. I was a social worker for 14 years. I did protective services, adult protective services. This is after my mother was raised in foster care. So I went to work in foster care because I saw that if she would have had a good social worker, I felt like things would have turned out better for her. She wouldn't have went to prison and all those things. So I gave back to my community in that way. Who knew that coming from a home with incarcerated parents, where I would have been the third generation of incarceration. Both of my grandparents had been incarcerated and both of my parents. I still went to college. You know why? Because I believed it for me. And when you believe in yourself, I mean like really believe in yourself. And there's somebody in here who's gonna say, oh, how do you do that? Fake it till you make it, okay? Just like you know I be putting my little weave on, that's what I be doing. Because I'm faking it right now. I'm nervous than a mug, but I'm feeling good, right? I'm like, hey, okay, I'm gonna do it. Got my little shoes on. You see me? You see me, right? But I allowed that to allow me to become an author. A vegan cookbook I have called The Hood Rat Kitchen, my nonprofit where we give back to youth. We feed the homeless every year. I have a hot dog cart I've had for 19 years. First generation business owner. First generation college graduate. I have an MBA from the University of Detroit Mercy. First generation. Okay? And I quit all that just to make y'all laugh. So I'm still tripping. So I don't have to stay where I start, and I want to encourage you all, don't stay where you start. Why? Because T.Barb said so. Thank you so much, TED Talk. It's been a pleasure. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you.